guys. I know I didn't do a preview this week for the Steelers versus the Bengals, so sorry about that. Um, I do have keys to victory for the Steelers. I think they got to win the trench battles on both sides. They can. They got to win on the offensive side and defensive side. And I actually do think this offensive line is improving a lot. Actually, I mean, just last week. It's short week, but Broderick Jones, I think, held up really nicely, actually. He didn't, no sacks allowed from the offensive line. So I think that's major improvement. And I think they're only going to get better, honestly. Troy Fontano didn't play at all last year. Mason McCormick actually looks pretty decent. Troy, like I was just talking about, he has struggled a little bit to begin the season, but he looks starting to get more comfortable. It's a second-year guy, so I expect, I do expect this offensive line to take a big jump and a big leap. And with that being said, I think the Steelers, honestly, with the offensive line playing that good, I think they are starting to run the football a little bit better, actually. When they get on first down, too, they're running the ball effectively. And that means on second down, they can open up that play action or try to take a deep shot down the field, which they don't do typically a lot, just because I think this is a better block, a better blocking, offensive line than it is a pass protection. But I think they're running the ball really good. I think they need to continue to run the ball, especially when you face teams like the Buffalo Bills, the Detroit Lions, Indy that's coming up on the schedule pretty soon. They have to run the ball. If you can't run the ball in the National Football League, you're not going to win games, in my opinion, because it makes your offense one-dimensional. And I think that's what happened last year with Russ. It was a pass-heavy offense with him. They couldn't run the ball, and teams knew we were going to throw on them all the time. So I think, I know I'm getting a little off subject here, but I think they're winning the trench battle finally. I think the defensive line, I talked about offense. I'm going to talk about defensive line now. But I think the defensive line, Derek Harmon, Keanu Benton's, I think he's playing really good. The first 2 weeks, it wasn't great for him, but he's definitely been improving. So that's really nice to see. Derek Harmon, man, you could definitely see why Pittsburgh spent a first-round pick on him. He has a high motor, and he's only going to get better, honestly. Then you got Nick Herbig. I can't say enough about him. My gosh, man. How many sacks has he had this season so far, since Alex Highsmith's been out? So, I think you got a really good edge rusher duo. And Nick and Alex and TJ. I've been hearing people say, well, we should maybe trade Alex. I disagree with that personally. I think, as the season goes on, I think this is why I disagree with it, is because, TJ Watt. We seen it last year. When TJ Watt goes down, this team just doesn't play good defense. TJ Watt, when he's not on the field, this team does not have a good record with TJ Watt out. So I think you got to keep him healthy. And then if Alex goes down, like he did this season so far, you got Nick Herbig to step up, and he's been playing exceptional, man. But yeah, I think they're finally winning on the trenches, so I think that's the key to victory for them. I think we got to run the ball. We really have to establish the run right away. And truthfully, Cincinnati's defense really isn't anything special, but I think the Steelers should easily run the ball on this team. Minnesota dropped 50 points on Cincinnati, and we beat Minnesota pretty convincingly until that fourth quarter. But yeah, I'm not really worried about this game, to be honest. I think we just gotta run the ball, continue to run the ball. And Aaron Rodgers just has to continue to make smart decisions with the football like he's been doing so far. You know, I think he's been a really good game manager, and I think that's what this team needs. And truthfully, what they needed last year. Um, you know, I think as long as he makes smart decisions with the football, doesn't turn the ball over, the Steelers win the turnover battle, and in this game they're gonna win. That's, I mean, then just establish the run, win the trench battle on the offensive side. Aaron Rodgers just has to make smart decisions with the football. And then for the defensive side, I know Deshaun Elliott, I guess he didn't travel with the team today to Cincinnati. You know, he is questionable to go. And, I can only wish Deshaun Elliott, a speedy recovery, or, whatever's going on. I hope I hope he's okay. But yeah, on the defensive side for takeaways, my keys to victory, just get after Joe Flacco. Get after this man. This man can't move. And the offensive line for the Cincinnati Bengals too, just it isn't anything to write home about. I think if you put pressure on Joe Flacco, he's going to make a lot of hasty decisions. He's going to turn the ball over. Watch out for the Steelers to get a lot of turnovers this week, actually. I know they had opportunities last week, but I really think this week they're really going to get a lot of turnovers. Because I expect the Steelers to go down and be up early in this game, honestly. And I think Cincinnati, in my opinion, Cincinnati's not going to be able to run the ball on the Steelers. They're just not. So with that being said, it's a one-dimensional team. Joe Flacco is going to have to drop back and pass. And good luck with that when you got Cam Hayward and you got Nick Herbig, you got Derek Harmon, you got Keanu Benton, you got T.J. Watt, you got Alex Highsmith, you got Jalen Ramsey, you got Sean Elliott in there if if he's ready to go, or if he can go this week. Just good luck, man. That's all I gotta say. I think final score prediction. I think Steelers. I would say Steelers can get 25. I don't even think Cincinnati scores any more than 10. I think they score one touchdown maybe. So I say 25-10. I think that's my final score prediction. But yeah, man, I think you just gotta put the pressure on Joe Flacco. On the defensive side, that's my main takeaway. Well, key to victory. You just gotta get after this man. But all right, that'll do it for this. This will do it for this video. See you on the next one.